An electric, toaster-shaped vehicle with no steering wheel glides silently to a stop on the Las Vegas Strip. Its glass doors slide open, welcoming passengers into a cabin where they sit face to face, like in a futuristic lounge. There is no driver, no small talk, and no need to tip. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi blockbuster. It's the daily reality of the robotaxi revolution, and Las Vegas is its vibrant, chaotic, and indispensable testing ground. The city that never sleeps has become the city that never stops innovating, positioning itself at the absolute epicenter of the autonomous vehicle movement. But how did this happen? Why did the world's biggest tech companies choose this neon-drenched oasis in the desert to test their most ambitious creations? The story of the robotaxi in Las Vegas is a compelling saga of technology, economics, and a fundamental reimagining of how we get around. Long before the first driverless vehicle offered a public ride, Nevada was laying the legislative groundwork. Back in 2011, the state passed Assembly Bill 511, becoming the first in the nation to legally authorize autonomous vehicles on public roads. This law was crucial. It officially defined what an autonomous vehicle was and gave the DMV the power to create the necessary rules. This forward-thinking stance was then supercharged in 2017 with Assembly Bill 69, which went a massive step further. It authorized the commercial use of fully autonomous vehicles, those without a human safety driver at all. This created a uniquely welcoming and streamlined regulatory environment. Companies essentially just needed to file a testing permit and get a $5 million insurance policy, a stark contrast to the bureaucratic hurdles in other states. The government sent a clear signal: Nevada was open for business. But friendly laws were only part of the equation. Las Vegas also presented a perfect storm of practical advantages for developing this technology. First, there's the climate. The Mojave Desert's clear and predictable weather allows for year-round testing, free from the complexities of snow and ice that plague other tech hubs. This maximizes testing days and gives the vehicle sensors a stable baseline to work from. Then there's the driving challenge itself. The Las Vegas Strip is a sensory gauntlet that is an algorithm's dream or nightmare. It's a treasure trove of what operators call weird stuff. Think wide, multi-lane boulevards with complex turning lanes, a constant, unpredictable flow of pedestrians, and a visual chaos of neon lights, costume performers, and exotic cars. Training an AI to navigate the random pedestrian behavior of tourists on the Strip is an invaluable education, making the entire system more robust for deployment anywhere in the world. On top of that, Vegas has a built-in customer base. With over 40 million tourists visiting annually, most of whom rely on taxis and rideshares, the city offers an unparalleled opportunity for public exposure and data collection. Every single ride provides crucial feedback, helping companies refine their service and build public trust. The city itself has also become an active participant. The Regional Transportation Commission of Southern Nevada has invested in vehicle-to-infrastructure technology, or V2I, installing transmitters on traffic lights to broadcast data directly to vehicles. This gives the robotaxis non-line-of-sight information, helping them anticipate signal changes and essentially see around corners, creating a safer, smarter roadway. And let's not forget the powerful hospitality industry. Major resorts like Resorts World have formed official partnerships, providing dedicated pickup and drop-off zones for robotaxis, seamlessly integrating them into the tourist experience. These factors combined to create an irresistible ecosystem, drawing the biggest names in autonomous technology to the desert to prove their worth. The Las Vegas robotaxi scene is now dominated by a few key players, each with a distinct vision for solving the puzzle of autonomous driving. Perhaps the most visible and futuristic player is Amazon's subsidiary, Zoox. On September 10, 2025, Zoox launched a public ride-hailing service on the Strip. Initially free to anyone with the app, the service shuttles passengers between key spots like Resorts World, Area 15, and the Luxor. What makes Zoox stand out is its purpose-built vehicle. Instead of modifying an existing car, Zoox designed its robotaxi from scratch. The result is a symmetrical, bi-directional toaster on wheels, with no steering wheel, no pedals, and 4 seats arranged to face each other in a conversational carriage style. With 4-wheel steering and the ability to travel equally well in either direction, the vehicle is exceptionally maneuverable in tight urban spaces, eliminating the need for awkward 3-point turns. Zoox's tech philosophy is one of maximalist sensor fusion. The company believes more data is always better. Its vehicles are equipped with a formidable sensor suite housed in 4 corner pods, each providing a 270-degree field of view with significant overlap for redundancy. This includes multiple LiDAR sensors for 3D mapping, radar to see through rain or dust, high-resolution cameras to read traffic lights, and even thermal cameras to detect the heat signatures of pedestrians and animals at night. They even have microphones to detect the sirens of emergency vehicles. This vertically integrated approach, where Zoox controls both the hardware and the software, is designed to create a completely new kind of taxi experience. Then you have the company with the most experience in the game, Waymo, owned by Google's parent company, Alphabet. Waymo is taking a more methodical approach in Las Vegas. In January 2025, they began testing a limited fleet of their vehicles on Vegas roads, including the Strip and I-15, but with human safety specialists still behind the wheel. The initial goal isn't public deployment, but data collection. They're using the city's distinct driving culture to further refine the Waymo driver, their sophisticated autonomous system. Waymo's strategy is to develop a universal driver that can be retrofitted onto various production vehicles. Their primary workhorse is the all-electric Jaguar I-Pace. The company's partnership with Jaguar, announced back in 2018, included plans for up to 20,000 self-driving I-Paces. The 5th-generation Waymo driver is a testament to over a decade of research, informed by more than 20 million miles driven on public roads. Its sensor suite includes a powerful 360-degree LiDAR on the roof for a long-range, bird's-eye view, plus perimeter LiDARs and 29 total cameras that can spot a stop sign from over 500 meters away. By focusing on creating the world's most experienced driver, Waymo aims for a scalable solution that can be deployed across different vehicles and cities around the globe. While not yet offering public rides in Vegas, its extensive operations in Phoenix and San Francisco make it a formidable future competitor. For years, another company, Motional, a joint venture between Hyundai and tech giant Aptiv, was the face of autonomous driving in Las Vegas. Launching a service with Lyft back in 2018, they provided over 100,000 rides with a fleet of modified BMWs and later Hyundai Ioniq Q5s, all with a safety driver present. The service was immensely popular, with a 98% 5-star rating. Motional even tested its vehicles completely driverlessly on public Vegas roads. Their technology, integrated into the Hyundai Ioniq Q5, was designed from the outset for mass production. It uses a suite of over 30 sensors and is distinguished by a feature called Remote Vehicle Assistance. If the vehicle gets confused, say by complex road construction, a remote human operator can connect to the car and provide guidance on a new path. However, the path forward for Motional hasn't been smooth. In May 2024, the company announced it was halting all its commercial deployments in Las Vegas, including its partnerships with Lyft and Uber, and laid off 129 local employees. The company stated it needed to wait until unit economics are more favorable, signaling that the high cost of operating the service just wasn't sustainable yet. Motional's story serves as a crucial cautionary tale about the immense financial challenges of scaling a robotaxi business. Finally, operating on a completely different philosophical plane is Tesla. Rather than relying on expensive LiDAR and geofenced operational areas, Tesla is pursuing a Tesla Vision approach that uses only cameras, arguing this mimics how humans drive. The company has actively removed radar and ultrasonic sensors from its new vehicles, betting entirely on its AI and the neural networks trained on billions of miles of data collected from its massive fleet of customer-owned cars. In September 2025, Tesla received approval to begin testing its autonomous technology in Nevada. This doesn't permit a commercial robotaxi service yet, but it allows the company to collect data using its full self-driving software on local roads. While CEO Elon Musk has made bold predictions about a future cybercab and widespread robotaxi networks, Tesla's current presence in Las Vegas is purely for testing and data gathering, adding another, radically different approach to the city's AV landscape. But for all the talk of futuristic technology, the success of the robotaxi revolution hinges on two fundamental questions. Is it safe? And do people want to use it? The Las Vegas testing ground is providing the first real-world answers. The path to full autonomy is not without its bumps. On April 8, 2025, a Zoox robotaxi was involved in a minor collision. An unoccupied Zoox vehicle, anticipating that an approaching car would continue through its lane, steered to the right to give it space. But the human-driven car stopped unexpectedly, and the robotaxi, despite braking hard, couldn't avoid contact. No one was injured, but the incident highlighted the challenge of predicting unpredictable human behavior. In response, Zoox transparently issued a voluntary software recall for 270 of its vehicles to update the predictive algorithm that caused the issue. This incident, along with other minor accidents logged by federal authorities, underscores that the technology is still learning. However, the industry consistently points to its overall safety record as a vast improvement over human drivers. Motional, for instance, completed over 100,000 rides in Las Vegas, with 0 at-fault accidents. Waymo has published peer-reviewed research showing its vehicles are involved in far fewer crashes that cause serious injury compared to human-driven cars. Local authorities are also getting prepared. Companies like Zoox and Waymo are proactively training Las Vegas area first responders, teaching police and fire departments how to handle a disabled AV, how to address concerns about EV battery fires, and what the protocols are for emergencies. Since Zoox opened its service to the public, a flood of first-hand reviews have painted a vivid picture of the rider experience. The reaction has been a mix of futuristic awe and candid critique. Riders almost universally describe the experience as wild, futuristic, and calm. Many are impressed by the vehicle's cautious and rule-abiding nature, noting that it comes to a complete stop at stop signs and drives more safely than many human drivers in Vegas. The novelty of the driverless experience and the unique interior are major draws. The spacious, face-to-face seating is praised as being great for conversation, and riders enjoy being able to control the music and climate from their own touchscreens. However, the ride isn't always flawless. A common observation is the tendency for hard braking or overly conservative maneuvers, as the AI prioritizes safety above all else. One rider described an incident where their Zoox accelerated to make a yellow light, but then braked hard on the other side of the intersection after pre-tensioning the seatbelts. An alarming experience, even if it was for a valid safety reason. Despite these quirks, the overwhelming sentiment is positive. Many reviewers say they would readily use the service again, citing the benefits of a quiet, private ride without the need to make small talk or calculate a tip. As one rider put it after a smooth 30-minute loop around the strip, it felt like the future had arrived. Of course, the arrival of driverless vehicles has sent a shockwave through the local economy, creating both anxiety and opportunity. The most immediate concern is the potential for large-scale job displacement. As early as 2017, the chairman of the Nevada Taxicab Authority warned that drivers will suffer. Today, that concern is more acute. One rideshare driver and union organizer pointed out that the revenue from robotaxis flows to tech companies in California, not into the pockets of local drivers who spend their earnings in the Las Vegas community. Some economic studies suggest that up to 65% of jobs in southern Nevada are at high risk of automation in the coming decades, making Las Vegas one of the most vulnerable cities in the country. However, the story is more complex. The robotaxi companies are also significant employers. Zoox alone has created over 500 new, high-tech jobs in Las Vegas. These roles, in fleet management, software engineering, maintenance, and remote support, are entirely new to the local economy. The transition represents not just a loss of old jobs, but a restructuring of the labor market toward a more technological future. This transition is also forcing a reevaluation of the entire urban landscape. City planners are actively integrating this technology into their vision for the future. The city's Innovation District and Smart City Master Plan are designed to leverage technology to solve mobility challenges. Projects like GoMed, which will use autonomous shuttles to connect the downtown transit center to the medical district, show a clear intent to use AVs as part of a multimodal public transportation solution. This represents a future where robotaxis don't just replace taxis but complement and extend the reach of public transit. The robotaxi revolution is no longer a distant promise. It is happening now, and Las Vegas is its glittering, chaotic, and indispensable stage. Riders are already experiencing the thrill and the occasional hiccup of a driverless future, finding the vehicles to be remarkably safe, if sometimes awkwardly conservative. For every instance of a hard brake or a confusing route, there are thousands of smooth, uneventful, and even delightful journeys that prove the viability of the technology. Yet, as the vehicles learn to navigate a city street, the city itself must learn to navigate the profound economic and social shifts they bring. The road ahead is still long, filled with challenges of cost, scale, and public trust. But one thing is certain: what happens in Vegas will not stay in Vegas. The lessons learned, the technologies proven, and the societal questions answered in this desert metropolis will undoubtedly pave the road for the future of transportation around the globe. The revolution is being televised, one driverless ride at a time.